welcome to Lovely's Crafting Lodge. Today I am doing my first voiceover, so I'll just be talking you through what we did in this video. I had 3 journals that I created. They were reused or upcycled packaging, covered in scrapbook paper. 2 of them have avocado dyed pages and botanical book pages, and the other one has coffee dyed pages with botanical book pages also. And I cut some ephemera out, tags and stuff. I just kind of set those to the side. And then what I'm opening up here is stuff from Your Creative Studio subscription box. I'm not sure when it was from. It's older though. Yep, and I had it, and when I got the box, I just opened everything up and put it into a basket. And I go into the basket a couple times in the video and just kind of pull stuff from there. So this vellum piece here is actually like a tinted vellum, and it's a sticker on the back, and I thought it was really awesome. I wanted to use it. I ended up not using it, but it looks really good on the white. So yeah, I go through and you can just see, I'm just kind of picking up stuff and matching it and trying to see what it would look good on. I ended up getting a whole pile of stuff and only using some of it, so it's just kind of what I did. I have a basket of stickers and notebooks and notepads and stuff. Came with like little individual, I think they're faux book pages. And this little booklet is so cool. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but I'm definitely going to use that. Maybe even just like to rip pages out of. So like my other hand there is like searching through the basket, and I found these 2 boxes that have this one here has little cards and tags in it, and I'm just gonna flip through there and just see if anything stands out, maybe for the cover, maybe for the inside. I'm just kind of, I keep forgetting to show the camera what I'm kind of matching up and looking at. I'm in a new filming space, so hence the lighting is a little bit different, and obviously I'm doing a voiceover, which is much different. So hopefully this is good. I know I've had a lot of comments of you guys just saying that you don't really care for the speed up craft with me, and you don't really care for just the music. So that was just kind of the situation I was in, having first technical difficulties, and now I guess more of getting my environment settled. So I think this is a good middle ground, maybe. I don't know. I've never done a voiceover before. Really like these labels. There's like a million of them in that little box. They're so thin, but they're so good for layering. And then I have these stamps here that I wanted to use. I ended up not using any of the stamps. The subscription box came with several stamps. Yeah, I love stamps because you can use them a million times. You know, they never run out. And I'm pulling this paper out here. I think I'm going to use it in the front cover. The front covers have like little pockets inside, lace pocket, and I'm thinking about putting it in there, but I'm not for sure exactly what I'm going to do. So far I just have the journals created. I don't have them decorated inside or anything like that. They're definitely able to be chunked up. That is for sure. They have a really nice spine, and the covers are really sturdy too. The spine is sturdy also, but the spine is really thick, and it can definitely hold a lot. So, and yeah. So, reaching over and rifling through it like I am right now, I just figured I would go ahead and rifle through it on camera, and I love those stamps. They're so pretty, and they're like thick too. The paper of them is thick. It's not like that really thin, flimsy kind of material. It's a thick paper that the stamps are on, and they're faux stamps. I think we all kind of know that. So this is like a vintage themed box, or a vintage-esque box. It's not true vintage items, so there's no I don't know, no guilt in just creating with what you have and not thinking it's the only one that ever is. These are like these little ticket booklets, and I feel like I have looked for them a couple times, and I forgot that they came in this box here because I don't have any other tickets like that. So yeah, so I gotta remember that those are there. And these are like, I wanted the little bunnies that were on the back there, and obviously I have 3 journals, so I was looking for 3 bunnies. And then I open it up here and pull out all the stuff just to see exactly what it is. I didn't realize it was like such a huge variety. I thought it was just multiples of those 3 images from the back. And so there I found a bunny that I was looking for. So cute. I like that. And I was like, yeah, 2 bunnies. All right, now I gotta search for the 3rd one, but spoiler alert, I never find it. There's only 2 of everything in there. So that was that. I just pick out a few more. Those stickers are really interesting. They have like the top part of the sticker, like where the design is. It almost has like a buttery feel to it, like a faux leather, but it's not thick like leather. It's really thin, almost like craft text. I don't know how to say it. But it's like that paper fabric. So it has a really interesting texture to it. It's fun sometimes just to like shuffle through your stuff and see what you have. It's fun to, I guess, do both sides of it, right? So one is collect your materials that you want to use in a certain theme, or a certain theme or vibe that you want to have, or materials that you want to use, right? And then sometimes it's fun to do the opposite, which is create the journal and then go through your stuff and add it right there. So I like doing it both ways. So some of the stuff is like fairy stuff, and I'm really not like I would never consider myself a fairy person. But I just really like these. I like the way it all flowed together, and it felt just different enough without being not my style. I made several now at this point. I've made several dragon journals, and the first one that I made, it was a special order, or a custom order. And when the gal asked for it, I was like, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. And then I started looking at like what I had and the fabric stickers and the iridescent to come up with, and I was like, yes, absolutely, I will make this for you. And yeah, so sometimes a theme, or a custom order will come to me, and I'm kind of like, let me get back to you. I don't just say yes just to say yes. I want to actually, care about it and, want to know that I'm going to do a good job for the person, that I can understand their vision too. And yeah, it's one of those things, like I think I might actually make some type of woodland or botanical journal that has fairies in it, because I don't know, it's just kind of neat. I don't know. Do you guys ever do that? Like think you're doing one thing and then the journal tells you it wants to be something else, so you just kind of, you got to let go of what you want and let it do what it wants. Maybe that's just me. So here I'm just finishing out some of the items that I want for collage. On the front basically is the concept that I'm going to go with here. I know it just seems like it takes forever when you're watching a video that someone else is making, and honestly, now that I'm going back and voice-overing what I was doing, I really was just chit-chatting the whole time. It's kind of weird to chit-chat over your chit-chat. Like, that doesn't even make sense. But that's what I was doing. And now with the voiceover, that's what I'm doing again. So I guess I'm trying to explain what I was doing. So some of the stuff I have just in a pile. When I first started, I was definitely putting things with which cover I wanted it to go to, which journal I wanted to go to. But then I just started pulling things that I liked, and then I was going to piece them together as I finished up the cover, like as I was actually layering it. So my, what's it called? Camera attachment, like the camera holder, is actually attached to the desk now. So I was being mindful, I hope I wasn't too shaky, to not touch the desk when I was, getting the ink on the dauber and actually inking stuff. I was even trying to keep my elbows up. So I'm not fully comfortable filming in this area yet. However, I do really enjoy the new area. It's just one of those things where I just have to take the stuff that I had in my other filming areas and accommodate it to this different area. Like I said, the lighting's different, the desk is different, the workspace is different. Ultimately, it's 10,000 times better. But I just have to figure out how to do it. The stark white on this label was just so offensive. I had to knock it back somehow, and I was gonna get out stamps and all this other sprays and stuff, and I was like, I think I'll just rub this all the way across it. And even this cream colored tag was too much. See, I just start wiping the ink on there, and I love it. It looks so cool. I hatefully threw that tag, but I really wasn't angry at anything. That's funny to see. Yeah. Has anyone, I guess I'm guessing that a lot of you do have YouTube channels. I wonder if you do voiceovers and if you like doing voiceovers or you prefer it. I actually thought I was going to prefer voiceovers because I was like, oh yeah, if I mess up and get tongue-tied and I can just have take 2, take 3, take 4, until I get it the way I want it. But now it's almost becoming its own art form, how to articulate what you want to say, and then you can be critical of it because you can have as many takes as you want. So, yeah, that's definitely a fine line to toe there. So, I enjoy inking. I think it's fun. I don't really think it's fun to watch someone ink, and I guess I don't really think it's fun to not watch someone ink, it's just kind of whatever. It's part of the process. If you ink, And I'd like to say, I'm like Gail Gustinelli, but I'm not. She says she's inking and thinking, but I, in fact, am not thinking at all. I'm just inking. I feel like a few of my journals recently have been like that. And actually, the offcuts of this I have been putting into a composition notebook, and I can show you guys what that looks like. the design or the pattern that I'm doing in my composition notebook. Maybe I'll do a video on that next. Show you guys what I've been doing. And here, these were just like digitals that were miniature postcards, I think. And I printed them out on regular weight copy paper. And I folded them in half, and then I'm just inking them here because I wanted to put them in as tabs on the journal. I just thought with the pages being all different sizes, like I ripped them intentionally different sizes, I thought it would be really fun to do like a variety of tabs with different texture, fibers, papers, and all that. So I thought that would be fun, but I always struggle with this part. So do I decorate it, or do I let the recipient decorate it? You know, when I don't have customs, that's where I get kind of caught up or lost in the sauce, however you want to say it. I don't know if I should, fully chalk it up or bulk it up, or, like put all the ephemera in it, or let someone else do what they want with it. So I'm still figuring it out, and I still love everything, of course. Like, I haven't found a genre or a type of journal that I'm not crazy about. I would have to say the closest thing that I am not crazy about would be the 3-ring or the ring journal. And honestly, I've never even tried it, so I can't even say that I don't like it, but it's just one that I'm not dying to try. Everything else, I'm always like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that, let's try this. So, definitely lots of ideas. I started one of those, what is it called? Society of Idea Collector books. Yeah, those are really neat, and you almost need to have one like in every room. And one in your, your backpack or whatever bag you carry around, because it is just, the ideas really do come to you. And I was so when I was moving my space, I had my stuff like kind of inaccessible for just a couple days. And so I would have ideas, and I didn't really have anywhere to write them down. And I realized that once I got my space set up, I put my idea collector book right in the little basket on my workspace. And I went back, and I was not really feeling like no project ahead or whatever. So I went ahead and, flipped open that book and was kind of looking over, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. And not in a million years would I have that idea again. And I thought that was pretty cool. It's like you know that you're going to forget stuff, or you think that you're going to remember. And I know, I just don't. But I didn't realize before I started writing down my ideas, specifically for journals, I didn't realize how many ideas I had and let go. And even, getting everything organized in the new space, I had a box of just, I guess, like the first bips and bops that I made. They don't really have names. I know everyone has like tuck and flip and all these things, and mine didn't really or don't really have names. They were just like things that I made. And I don't know where the idea came from, or if it was from someone else's video when I created it. I just had them in this box, and it was just kind of cool opening it up. Like, wow, like that's really cool. I made that. I don't know. It felt really good. Being able to actually have things in your hands that you created, and that you've been able to put so much, I've been able to put so much creativity and so much of my work out in the world that I've actually forgotten things that I've made. I don't know. I think that says something about where it comes from. It just comes out of this, it almost comes out like a fury, like you just can't stop creating kind of feeling. I don't know if anyone else gets in that. It's, I say some people will probably call it a flow or the zone. whatever you want to call it. But sometimes stuff just really is just gorgeous. Just the way it is, you know? Here goes the struggle. I know there's like a million tips on how to get the backing off of stickers. But I have pretty decent nails. I feel like I should be able to do it, so I just persist and just keep trying to use my nail. And man, something about laying a sticker down just is like, oh, it's just so enjoyable. Sometimes I listen to like ASMR kind of stuff, but I'm really not, I wouldn't say I'm really big into it, because I think I would just rather be doing the thing myself rather than watching someone else do it or listening to someone else do it. I think that's I know that's one of the main reasons I even like planners, is just because it's socially acceptable to use stickers there. And washi tape, oh my gosh, I love washi tape. I actually think I use a lot of washi tape, more than most people. I think I actually use washi tape. Or maybe I just don't have as much washi tape as other people, because people will talk about how they have so much washi tape and it's overflowing and all this stuff, and I just don't have that problem. I'm always running out of, like, oh no, this is my last project for this washi. I'm like that with crochet lace too. I could never have enough crochet lace, not because I just have a ton of it to hold on to, but I use it so fast. I think I just use it for so many different things. It just seems to go fast. I found myself buying the same crochet lace over and over, just because I love the how like versatile it can be. I love that like you can use every little scrap of it too. Like say you're covering a spine with it, and you have, just an awkward angled sliver on the end. You just, cut it off, even it off, and then keep that little scrap, and it's part of a cluster or literally part of anything. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay. So, this little vellum sticker, from far away, it's like, why is she trying to put it upside down? But let me tell you, it is the olive on it is imprinted one direction, let's say, up and down. Then the words on the stamp are opposite of that. So it's like upside down in that direction, okay? But then the postage stamp is upside down to the words. So I'm like, I don't even know which way is up. And then I was like, well, just make it look good. And then here I go trying to figure out where to put it. And then I finally decide, like, duh, like postage stamp, put it in the corner, right? And they never go on perfect. So just kind of wrap it around. Yeah. And I really like how it turned out, actually. I'm definitely not one of those crafters that likes to measure or make things matchy-matchy. I actually struggle with digital kits often because it's too matchy-matchy for me. I don't understand. I don't understand how to make an entire journal out of a digital kit. So, okay, this is really cool. So this is actually my basket of scraps or smaller pieces. So I don't know if you can see down in there, but there's so much stuff happening. But it's just like little tiny fibers. Like this little piece right here got pulled off to even something else out. I'm pretty sure it was for a cover. I was like cutting out the corner to, make it nice and tight and even. And it's just this gorgeous, turmeric colored scrap. Is just awesome. There's just the little things that you're able to add to give it variety and texture and all this other stuff. And so basically from this basket is where I was thinking about pulling some stuff for those tabs, other than the miniature postcard folded in half. that I already showed. And see, there's a piece of lace. It's like cotton lace, I guess. And I'm just like putting it on there to see how I can make it, you know, give it layers. So ultimately it was too thick. That's why I didn't use that one. I really like the look of that one, but it was just too thick. I couldn't use it. So I found this thinner fabric, and then I just kind of, again, I'm not really one for measuring. Probably also why I'm not good at baking. I don't like to measure, but I'm a good cook, right? Yeah, so ripping fabric really is fun. I got the seam binding. That's what those rolls are right there. Seam binding, and I avocado and coffee dye some ahead of time, and then I, you know, dry it out and iron it out and roll it so it's like really accessible and easy to use. And I found out after that whole process that I couldn't tear the seam binding, and I don't know if it's the kind that I got or that's the point of seam binding, is that you can't tear it. I don't know. So here I just had to go grab the Fabri-Tac. I don't know. I just put it in this little squeeze bottle here because the other one hurts my hands. I know, you know, journals are probably like kids. You're not supposed to, you know, have your favorites or whatever. And I just feel like I love all my journals for their own little unique reasons, you know? Like, I don't know. Like one journal, I'll just like love the inside, the pages, the actual pages. But this one right here that I'm working on, out of the set that I made, it's my favorite cover. Now the other one, the one with the avocado, the other ones with avocado dyed pages, those are my favorite pages. The colors are so rich in the pink. I'm usually not a pink person, but the pink on avocado dye is just, it is just something else. I don't think the camera or film actually picks it up just like it does in, you know, like in person. Just like coffee dye papers have a very particular aroma, and it's just so warming, comforting. I don't know the right word, but it's like every time I smell coffee, I think of coffee dye pages, and every time I see coffee dye pages, I think of, you know, our home and how it feels when I'm, you know, in the wintertime and dyeing pages. And then also summertime is my absolute favorite time. I love being outside dyeing paper. I have these liquid pearls, I think they're called. I don't think these are the ones that self-level or level off or whatever, to like be kind of smooth looking. So I try to be mindful to not leave like a little curly on the top there. So I try to be mindful to, you know, kind of let it settle down so it doesn't come to a point, so it's smooth. And sometimes knowing when to stop is hard. Like here I'm putting some of it along the edge and then I just rubbed it in. I don't have gilding wax or gilding paste or anything like that, or a foil, what's it called, a foil gun or embossing powders. I don't have any of those things. So I was like, this seems like fun, and it doesn't seem cost effective. Like probably gold paint would be a better option, but also I do not have gold paint. So it was a perfect match in color to the little dots that I put on there, you know, simulated brads or rivets. So I thought it would be kind of cool just to incorporate that same color. And then the edges of the fabric were kind of coming up, and I thought it would be fun to put some of the liquid pearls underneath and use it as glue. You know, like a kind of like a dual purpose, like blending the color, giving it a little shine, and making sure the fabric stays adhered down. The bulk of it, the main part of it, is stuck down with the Fabri-Tac or the Fabrifix. but I just wanted to get kind of at the top there, and around the other corners too. But I ended up doing something to hold everything down in a minute here. So this is a darker color, so it's not the same color, but I'm going to go with the same concept there, where I'm putting a dot on each of the corners. And this is definitely one of those things that I easily get carried away with. Like, when I start, I want to cover the whole thing in dots and glitter and shine and sparkle. So I have to restrain myself. I can't believe I'm off camera doing this. So there's like this little insect or bee at the bottom of it, and I'm just taking that darker copper color and just kind of accentuating some of his limbs and his little body. I am pretty sure I pull it close to the camera so you can see, but we'll find out. Yeah, I like how things are like not perfect. They're not perfectly centered or perfectly straight. I think not only does it just, give it that handmade feel, but it also is like, it's like it breaks the tension. Like, the inside doesn't have to be perfect, because the outside's not perfect. It's beautiful, and so it almost like welcomes you. That's what it is. It's welcoming. It like welcomes you to, do whatever in your journal. If you're writing grocery lists, that's cool. If you're painting, if you're learning a new language, whatever you're doing in your journal, if you're just adding pictures, doodles, whatever, I think it just kind of breaks it up for you and helps you, I don't know, get out of your own head. I know I need that sometimes. Yeah, there we go. We can see the bee a little bit at the bottom there. There. And here's the other one that I did. This is so pretty. I wonder what their names will be, like what the person will put on the front when they get them. Also, seeing this on the playback, see how I'm like tapping the cover there, kind of feeling around and stuff. I feel like that's a very Marie Kondo thing to do. Where like she goes and taps books, stacks of books to wake them up and kind of, I forget the word, not ignite, but yeah, maybe it was just wake them up. Maybe that's what she said. But I feel like that's kind of what I was doing here, is like, hey, it's your turn. Wake up. What do you need to be? This one turned out really nice too. That little thin vellum sticker on top of the fabric, I was like, oh, I better not do that. It might come off. And then I was like, well, geez, that just defeats the whole purpose of that gorgeous sticker. So, yeah, I end up using Fabri-Tac on all of it to keep it all secure. I love that little basket of scraps that I pulled these couple pieces of fabric from. That helps me with not being matchy-matchy. I'm definitely one of those people that, like, if there's a sweatsuit and it has like a t-shirt and shorts and the long sleeve and the hoodie and the shorts and like on a mannequin, like a little set of mannequins, I get it, because I know it all matches. And I'll only wear it together because I don't know what else matches. I feel like that a lot with digital kids. Paper pads, I used to feel like that, but I'm starting to grow out of that. Be able to find, I'm starting to be able to find what matches and what flows. Never really made anything botanical before, and these are, I mean, the covers of them are botanical, and the what is it, the couple of the book page, there's a couple of the pages in there are book pages. But I don't think I've really made anything like full-blown botanical. I know that's like a really popular, or at least it was a really popular theme among journal makers and junk journalers, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone else is still into botanical anymore, if I missed the wagon on that. I know it's nice to add botanicals to all kinds of different journals now. A lot of things. I had wondered if one had worked out vertical. I thought that was going to look so cool, but it just didn't quite look right. But what I'm thinking about is, like, I wonder if doing voiceovers will make it go faster if I'm actually not talking when I'm creating. Like right here, I am just chit-chatting while I'm creating. I guess I don't really have a lot of stories to tell. Crafting for me is just kind of opening up whatever's going on inside. Just kind of letting all that out. I always really enjoyed being creative. So here's one of those weird things where it's like crooked and it's just slightly too crooked. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I do like things that are a little bit off, but this is just a little bit too off. So I just pull it up and it comes up easy because I just had laid it down. So, yep, there you go, and reaffix it. And it's just, I even love how the Fabri-Tac came through some of the fabric there. Gives it even more depth. But these are currently for sale on Etsy, and when they do sell out, I'll make sure I post that in the title.